Hi, beautiful people. How are ya? I hope you're having a great day. If you have fibromyalgia, you know there isn't a cure, but there are products that can help us to feel better. But since we're all so different, what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. There are products out there that claim to be a cure. And because of that, unfortunately, some people believe it's true. I have found 3 products on the internet where people have stated they were cured of fibromyalgia by that product. Well, it's possible they went into remission or temporarily curbed their symptoms, which is a wonderful thing, right? To curb our symptoms as long as we're taking that product. Because as we learned in the video on what is a cure, we know it is possible that as long as we're taking a particular product, we can feel better. I know that if I go off my gabapentin, my pain will increase. I've tried it several times, so I know. I did a part 1 of these treatments or products that claim to be a cure. You can find that and other information to help you make a wise decision on finding the right product for you in the Cures series on my channel's homepage. So I hope you'll check those out. But today, this is part 2. It's about another product where people have stated, or at least one particular person, that has stated that she was cured of fibromyalgia by taking this product. The fibromyalgia protocol on the website for the product Native Formulas states, how this slimy, toxic film growing in my body unlocked the secret to my 15-year struggle with fibromyalgia. Okay, tell me more. So on the website, Jean states that that particular research study says that all people with fibromyalgia have SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Authors of the study stated that they did not measure SIBO. The researchers in the study believe that the increased intestinal permeability may have a pathophysiological relevance in fibromyalgia. They go on to say that immune cell function in fibro is defective. One may speculate that a leaky gut barrier in patients with fibro may facilitate specific immunological responses to cause or sustain fibromyalgia. But they found no correlation of pain symptoms in fibromyalgia to intestinal permeability. This altered IP, intestinal permeability, may be caused by several factors, including SIBO, but it could also be from gut infection, gut inflammation, medications, stress, and trauma. At this point, I want to stop and just say, yes, we need to fix our gut microbiome. All of the previous videos in the Cures series was to help us make a decision on whether this product will help us or whether we need to seek out a different product. Biofilm secretes a gluey plaque that permanently attaches itself along our internal body. What did they discover to break down biofilms? Enzymes. So with that, let's talk about their first product because there are 2 products involved. Biome V3 is a daily probiotic. Then have you used it? Did you receive good results? Restore 3 is their gut biofilm program. On the website, it discusses Bacillus coagulans, or B. coagulans. B. coagulans are members of the Bacillus family. They're heat resistant and resistant to adverse gastrointestinal tract conditions, so the stomach acid. Basically, a B coagulant is a probiotic that produces lactic acid, but isn't the same thing as lactobacillus, another type of probiotic. B coagulants are able to generate spores during its reproductive life cycle, unlike lactobacillus and many other probiotics. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. When I was doing the research on probiotics, I ran into these spore producing type of species and thought it was interesting, but I didn't want to, that was going to take me down a whole other rabbit hole. So I didn't want to get into that, but maybe that's something else for the future. These B coagulans are extremely robust. However, a small clinical trial recommended 2 billion CFUs daily for 90 days to show a benefit of IBS. In the study, a specific strain of MTCC 5856 was used. See, there are different strains of that too. I don't see the specific strain labeled on the bottle. This is available in fermented foods like yogurt and sauerkraut, but it's also available in supplement form. Proprietary strains of the probiotic are recognized by the FDA as safe. This is not one of the probiotics we discussed in the probiotic video, as I just mentioned. You want to look for a spore type of probiotic that has an enzymatic cleanse. There are opponents to spore-forming bacteria because of how rapidly they proliferate. They compete with our resident gut microbes, and in some cases could even become pathogenic. According to the product, they include agents that dissolve biofilm. First, bacterial protease plays a vital role in cell viability, stress response, and pathogenicity, the ability of the microbial agent to cause disease. It is important in the digestion of proteins and cleanses the blood of debris. So that sounds good. Amylase is another enzyme which naturally slows down with age. It's responsible for breaking down and processing carbohydrates into simple sugars our body can use. And lipase is an enzyme that's responsible for the digestion of fats. These are all found in this product. Honestly, that sounds awesome. And there are other enzymes listed on the bottle. The research on these products was something that I was definitely interested in, but I really couldn't find any. There is research on the various probiotics and enzymes they talk about and state on the packaging, though. But I didn't find anything specific to these products. The website states they are a core group of patients, parents, and well-researched health advocates. So I'll let you be the judge because we're all different, and perhaps you'll find something that you think will benefit you, even though someone else will not. My suggestion would be to look up each probiotic on the bottle and find its benefit. It's possible they're using a strain that does what you need from the specified probiotic. But if you don't know the strain used, then is it going to provide you with what you need? I don't know. So I hope you'll let me know if you've used either of these products, because not every probiotic is going to provide all of the things we have learned are essential. As a reminder, those suggestions for finding the right probiotic are the following. Avoid FODMAPs as much as possible. Avoid histamine products as much as possible. Try to find a product with 45 billion CFUs per dose. Try to find 14 strains or more. Find strains with a trademark or registered symbol with the strains or substrains listed to show they have undergone clinical testing. So it'll have a combination of letters and numbers usually after the probiotic that's stated. And find a product, if possible, that doesn't have inulin, phos, gos, exos, or chicory root in it, and one that's allergy-free and non-GMO, and determine if you want a soil-based or bio-fermented blend in your prebiotic. Lastly, if you choose to take a digestive enzyme with your probiotic, make sure that you can take one with it that should clearly state, I would think, that mixing products will cause no harm. I can't imagine a reason why there should be. So there's no judgment on these two products by Native Formulas. I think we should always intelligently and carefully determine what's best for us. Perhaps these will work for you, maybe one or the other. I want to find one personally that has the strains listed, but that's me. What are you looking for? I mean, some probiotics need to be refrigerated and some do not. You might want to make sure the product is in a bottle that properly protects what's inside. What does their research say about the strains and shelf life? And will the product survive shipment? Oh my goodness, that's so much to look for. So I hope this all made sense to you, and I hope you learned something. I send you gentle hugs and support. Love you.